Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are good and safe. Let us get into the lesson Geography, UNIT 7, Human Geography of Tamilnadu. In this lesson, we are going to see the agricultural factors, major crops, and their distribution in Tamil Nadu, the water resources of Tamil Nadu, minerals and industrial resources of Tamil Nadu, population and its composition in Tamil Nadu, and about the man-made disasters in Tamil Nadu. Okay, first we will see agriculture. The word agriculture is derived from the Latin word ager and culture, which means field and growing. Agriculture is a practice of farming that includes the cultivating of crops, rearing of animals, birds, forestry, fisheries, and other related activities. Agriculture is the major occupation in Tamil Nadu. Agriculture has been mainstay of the state's economy since independence, with more than 65% of the population depends upon this sector for their living. Agriculture provides employment for rural people on a large scale. There is a strong link between agriculture and economic growth. Paddy, millets, and pulses are the principal food crops of the state. Sugarcane, cotton, sunflower, coconut, cashew, chilies, gingerly, groundnut, tea, coffee, cardamom, and rubber are the major commercial crops. Geographical determinants of agriculture: landform, climate, soil, and irrigation are the factors that determine the growth of agriculture. First, we will see landform. Tamil Nadu is a land of diverse landscape comprising of hills, plateaus, and plains. Among them, the plains are most suitable for agriculture. The plains with alluvial soil enhances agricultural productivity. Example, plains of Kaveri. Agriculture in the plateau is moderate and is poor on the hills. Climate. Tamil Nadu is situated in the tropical zone, which is nearer to the equator. The state experiences a tropical climate. Hence, the temperature in Tamil Nadu is relatively high almost throughout the year. So, only the tropical crops are cultivated. Water is another limiting factor of agriculture. Northeast monsoon is the major source of rainfall for Tamil Nadu. Therefore, the major crop seasons begins with this season. The rainfall in this season and the irrigation facilities affect agriculture to a large extent. Soil. Soil is one of the most essential elements of agriculture. It provides essential minerals or nutrients for the growth of crops and vegetation. The regions of river valleys and the coastal plains are the most agricultural productive region of the state as they are covered with fertile alluvial soil. Irrigation. Monsoon rainfall in the state is highly irregular. Further, it is seasonal. Hence, irrigation becomes necessary for successful cultivation of crops in the state. In the dry regions, rain-fed crops are cultivated. Cropping seasons in Tamil Nadu. Farmers select different crops for different seasons of cultivation. It is based on the temperature and availability of moisture in the soil. Accordingly, the state has the following crop seasons. Sornavari, that is Chittirai Pattam, sowing period April to May, harvesting period August to September. Major crops grown in this Chittirai Pattam are millets and cotton. Next cropping season, Samba or Adipattam, Sowing period July to August. Harvesting period January to February. Major crops grown in this Adipatam are paddy and sugarcane. Next season Navarai. Sowing period November to December. Harvesting period February to March. The crops grown in this Navarai season are fruits, vegetables, cucumber and watermelon. Next topic, distribution of major crops in Tamil Nadu. Paddy. Paddy is the most important staple food crop of Tamil Nadu. Ponni and Kichali Samba are the major varieties of paddy grown in Tamil Nadu. Though it is cultivated all over Tamil Nadu, its cultivation is highly concentrated in Tanjavur, Tiruvarur, Tiruvallur, Kanjipuram, Viluppuram, Kadalur and Tirunelveli districts. It ranks third in the production of rice among the states of India. The deltic region of river Kaveri is the major rice producing region of Tamil Nadu. So, this region is rightly called as the granary of Tamil Nadu. Millets. Millets form staple food of nearly one-third of human population of Tamil Nadu. Sorghum, that is cholam, ragi and bajra. Bajra is otherwise kambu, are the major millets. These are grown not only in drier areas but also in the coastal plains. Sorghum is grown in the Coimbatore Plateau and Kambam Valley. Ragi is grown in Coimbatore, Dharmapuri, Vellore and Kadalur districts. Bajra is mostly cultivated in Ramanathapuram, Tirunelveli, Karur, Perambalur and Salem districts. Pulses. Pulses are the major source of protein. Bengal gram, black gram, green gram, cowpea and horse gram are the important pulses grown in Tamil Nadu. Mild, cool climate and low to moderate rainfall are best suited for these crops. Pulses serve as excellent fodder. Pulses are grown in almost all the districts in the state except Chennai. Nilgiris and Kanyakumari, Coimbatore leads in the production of Bengal gram. Vellore and Kanyakumari districts produce a red gram. Tiruvarur, Nagapattinam and Thoothukudi districts are the principal producers of green gram and black gram. Horse gram is widely cultivated in Dharmapuri and Krishnagiri districts. Oil seeds. Groundnut, gingerly, castor, coconut, sunflower and mustard are some of the oil seeds that are grown in Tamil Nadu. Apart from the use in food preparation, it is used in industries as lubricant in the manufacture of varnish, soaps, candles, cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. Groundnut is the major oil seeds of the state. The cultivation of groundnut is mostly concentrated in Vellore, Tiruvannamalai, Viluppuram, Salem and Pudukkottai districts. It is also grown to some extent in Dharmapuri, Kadalur, Perambalur and Madurai. Erode, Ramanathapuram, Sivagangai and Virudunagar districts are its minor producers. Coconut is grown in Coimbatore, Tanjavur and Kanyakumari districts. Sugarcane. It is one of the major cash crops of the state. It is an annual crop. It requires high temperature and high rainfall. It grows well in the tropical region. Major sugarcane producing districts are Tiruvallur, Kanjipuram, Vellore, Kadalur, Tiruchirappalli, Coimbatore, Erode and Tirunelveli. Cotton. Cotton is a fiber and cash crop. It requires black soil, long frost-free condition and warm and humid weather for its cultivation. Humid weather in the early stages and hot, dry weather during harvest period is suitable for this crop. It is predominantly cultivated in Coimbatore Plateau and Vaigai Vaipur river basins. It is also cultivated in Madurai, Ramanathapuram, Virudunagar, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, Salem, and Dharmaburi districts. Plantation crops. Tea, coffee, cashew, rubber, and cinchona are the major plantation crops of the state. Tamil Nadu ranks second in area and production of tea in India next to Assam. Tea plantations are found in the hills of Nilgiris and Coimbatore. The Nilgiris is the notable region for tea plantations. Coffee plants are grown in the hills of Western Ghats as well as Eastern Ghats. It is also found in the hilly slopes of Dindigul, Madurai, Theni, Salem districts. Yerkad, Kolli Hills, and Kodaikanal are notable for coffee plantations. Tamil Nadu stands second in area and production of coffee next to Karnataka. Rubber plantations are significant in Kanyakumari. Pepper is confined to the warm and wet slopes of eastern and western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. Cashew is extensively cultivated in Kadalur district. The next topic, livestock or animal husbandry. Livestock has remained an integral part of socio-economic fabric of rural people. First one, goat. Goat is also known as poor man's cow in India. It forms a very important component in dry and land farming system. In the marginal or undulating lands unsuitable for rearing of other types of cattle like cow or buffalo, goat is the best alternative. With very low investments, goat rearing can be made into a profitable venture for small and marginal farmers. Sheep. Sheep is used for multiple purposes like wool, meat, milk, skins, and manure, and forms an important component of the rural economy, particularly in the arid, semi arid, and mountainous areas of Tamil Nadu. It provides a dependable source of income to the shepherds through the sale of wool and animals. Fishing. Since Tamil Nadu is a coastal state, fishing is one of the major occupations in the state. With widespread reservoirs and rivers, inland fishing also is seen to be a considerable extent. First, we'll see marine fishing. An area of 41,412 square kilometer of continental shelves of the state favors coastal fishing, and Tamil Nadu is one of the leading states in marine fishing production. Marine fishing is also called inshore fish or neritic fishing, carried out in oceans and seas. Large mechanized boats are used for fishing. In ocean or sea waters, fishing within few kilometers from the shoreline is called inshore fishing, and the fishing far from the shore, typically 20 to 30 miles out in water hundreds and thousands of feet deep, is called offshore fishing. The fish varieties caught are sharks, flying fish, conch, catfish, silver bellies, and crabs. Chennai, Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli, Nagapattinam, Tanjavur, and Ramanathapuram districts contribute about 40% to marine fish production in the state. Their coastal location favors fishing in these regions. Inland fishing. Inland fishing is carried out in lakes, rivers, ponds, estuaries, backwaters, and swamps. Oysters and prawns are cultured in more original nurseries. Catamaran, diesel boats, and floating nets are used in fishing. Tamil Nadu Fisheries Department has introduced several programs for the betterment of fishing. Vellore district leads in the production of inland fishing production with 10% of state's production. Kadalur, Sivagangai and Virudunagar districts stand second with 9% of inland fish catch each. Okay, students, we will see the rest of the lesson in part 2.